Okay, I just finished watching Adolescence. This story is about a young 13-year-old in the UK who got accused of killing one of his classmates. Yeah, you heard that right. 13. The story goes from following the arrest to the perspectives of the parents, the detective, and a therapist, just diving deep into what really happened, and most importantly, why. Okay, Stephen Graham, what the hell? What a performance. This guy can act, man. I say can as if he hadn't. He's a veteran in acting. This is a passion project for him. In the UK, the crime rates of young boys' knife crimes have gone through the roof. It's actually quite insane. Just look into the numbers. So this guy, Stephen Graham, wanted to make a mini-series about this. And of course, the thousands of other people that were involved with this mini-series wanted to explore this. And this guy, Stephen Graham, he's got kids who are just leaving high school age, right? Here in the US, a high school age is around 18 years old. So I can imagine this is a very important and present topic in his mind. I can't stress it enough that a big point of the miniseries is to explore why. Before recording, I was talking to my mother about the miniseries, just breaking down the summary for her, and she said it best. This miniseries is an awareness campaign. It really is. You know, people say that TV shows and films are purely for the entertainment and escapism. But I disagree, because there are projects like these that are very humanitarian, that are saying so much more than just, hey, let me distract you for a couple hours. This is not an entertaining show where it's easy to watch. No, this is a hard watch, man. It explores important themes, especially what the youth are going through nowadays. Kids that are 13, 12 years old are thinking about things that only adults should be contemplating or never be contemplating. These perspectives are things you see in the US here too, man. Just take a little pause. Subscribe. Thank you. Hit that bell. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding. The miniseries explores and dives deep into what fuels this generation, what they care about, how a lot of parents nowadays are involved in their children's lives. And because of that, I think it's a good show for parents to watch. Look, man, I've been like a big brother in many different ways throughout my life. I've got a little brother, little cousins that most are just leaving high school or are still in high school, right? And to just think and put yourself in their shoes, considering all the things that people are looking at, all the access they have in the internet, and this world of social media that will just swallow you whole. Man, that's scary sometimes. I hope people who watch this series do not miss the point of it. It's trying to tell you something. And especially for parents, I hope that they are listening to what it is saying and how important conversations like these have to be made. The series exploration of masculinity, of the youth perception of it, the internet's influence, and parenthood is pretty great, and it's written really well. Like I said, Stephen Graham brings in a great performance playing the father of the son who's accused. Of course, the kid plays a great performance too. I didn't know he had never acted before, but he did good here. There are little, if I'm talking about critiques like to the most precise eye, he does overact here and there. But man, I only say that because of course he's got the most screen time. He just does a great job though. He's a great job already as a child actor. Amazing, amazing job. There's a lot of emotion that he's able to bring out, and I can't wait to see him in future projects. And Stephen Graham, he plays a stoic like father figure, but you also see him in very vulnerable moments. And it's just one of those things where you can't simply place the blame on the parents. And I like the series exploration of that. You know, without getting into spoilers, the first episode dives into the arrest and the interrogation, and of course everyone's reaction to this. Second episode dives into the detectives and the education system, and we definitely get an on-foot perspective as to how the youth perceive each other, what matters to them, and how their perception of themselves and self-image is formed by the ideas and the thoughts of others. The third episode, which is very strong in its writing, dives into that question, why? And if you've seen the show, you understand what I'm saying. I think those scenes with the two co-stars are really strong, and it's just great, subtle commentary on what's going on nowadays. Just take a little pause. Subscribe. And of course, we have the last episode, which ends the miniseries just hitting me really hard, and that's a lot of kudos to Stephen Graham's acting, sorry. And that episode explores more about the effects of the whole situation and the role that parents play in a kid's life. You know, here's this kid who seemingly is okay and everything's fine, and they're playing computer games till 1 a.m, but a situation like this comes up where they're being accused of something as serious as this. I left the series and I told myself that was a hard watch, but it was important. And if you leave the series convinced that the youth is fully responsible for these sort of things, then I'd urge you to look a bit better, because the series itself explores how that's just not the case. Parents and adults, teachers have a big part to play in things like this. Anyways, getting to the technicalities, man. Every episode, 4 episodes, about an hour each, is one shot. You like stuff like 1917? You like stuff like Birdman that doesn't cut? Watch it, bro. Watch it. The cinematography is great. It holds that shot without cutting. If it cut, I really couldn't catch when it cut, because it really seemed like all of this was rehearsed. And its transitions from camera angles is very creative, because we're on foot to then having bird eye angles, of course, utilizing some sort of drone, and then coming back down to on foot level. We're going through buildings, through windows, we're chasing someone, all one shot, no cuts. Man, it's great, and it's exciting to see this sort of things. There's good chemistry between the characters, really good acting, even from the minor actors, you know, the daughter, the wife, and the family. The detectives do a great job, and overall the acting is very strong. Of course, because the situation is heavy. The story is very heavy. It's very demanding to actors, but they bring it. They do. You have to give credit to the director of photography, to the cameraman, and the director, of course. My critiques for the show are few. It's just that there are some episodes that follow conversations, follow certain characters that aren't as central to the story, and because of that, it fails in being as progressive as the rest of the episode. This show is a weak A for me. Okay, this series is rated TVMA. A derogatory sexual term is written on someone's van in episode 4. In episode 1, 2 men ask a little boy to strip down completely. It is shown off camera. Of course, they are not allowed to show that. And actually, throughout the series, the filmmakers would do this thing where they don't show anything explicit, nothing too hardcore, even when it comes to violent stuff. It's either seen at a distance, or a blurry camera image, or it's just not clear. So just so you know. And speaking about that as far as violence, there is a video shown of a young boy stabbing a young girl. It is a dark video and shown in a slight distance. And there's no gore, you just see the action. There is slight, strong language throughout the show. And of course, the themes that are explored are heavy. So just a heads up. Let me know what you guys thought about Adolescence. This is an interesting one, and I think it'll spark a lot of good, healthy conversations. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please support the channel, subscribe, like. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.